The logic of chi-square. Now how does chi-square work? Chi-square cross-tabulates your two variables twice, and then it compares the two cross-tabulations. First, it cross-tabulates the characteristics in your sample in the way you would expect to find them if there was no relationship between the dependent and the independent variable whatsoever. Let's take your dataset and do that. This dataset consists of 22 observations, 10 females, 12 males. 11 people like football and 11 don't. The chi-square test will first take the males and the females and assign the 11 answers on football to them in a way that assumes no relationship between sex and affinity for football whatsoever. Let me show you what that table would look like if we got one. Analyze, descriptive statistics, cross tabs. You select the independent variable and then the dependent variable and assign them to rows and columns, and then we choose the expected values. Click continue. So if there was no relationship between sex and football, the football responses would be distributed across the sex categories like this. 5 females would say yes, they like football, 5 would say no. 6 males would say yes, 6 would say no. Note that it says expected count. This is the first cross-tabulation. It contains the so-called expected values. Let's now look at the second cross-tabulation. For the second cross-tabulation, chi-square uses the two variables as you actually obtained them from your survey research. This table simply captures the combination of answers to the sex and football questions as you got them from your respondents. The table looks like this. In the cells button, let's now select, instead of the expected, the observed values. Click continue. This table contains the so-called observed value, and notice that it says here count, not expected count. And notice also that the numbers differ from the other table. Then chi-square superimposes the two tables and compares them. Let's do that now too. Analyze descriptive statistics. And this time we select both observed and expected. If the two tables are very different from one another, your chi-square statistic will be very large and significant, and you can reject the null hypothesis that the two sexes differ in their affinity for football. See here you can see both tables in one, and each cell contains both the count and the expected count. This is the logic of chi-square.